Hi everyone, it's Sue here from Scrappy Doo Sue. How is everybody? I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you're easing back into normal life again after Christmas and New Year. Certainly difficult, isn't it? I think. Today I've come on to do week 2 of the Margarete Miller 52-week collage planner, and that is volume 2 for 2022, and it is hashtag 2022 planner 2 that we're going to do today. And I'm using this lovely scrapbook, craft coloured scrapbook, spiral bound, making it easy. It's got this lovely blue tie on it, and it's beautiful craft paper. Since I last saw you, and since I did week 1, I have put a pocket on to keep my prompts in. These are all the prompts. Now I've taken them out because it just makes that a bit bulky. So I put a gusseted pocket in, and it makes it a bit bulky when you're working on this side, which is the side we're going to be using today. So it's such a versatile book that I can actually turn that over like that and have it as a single. Ooh, I keep looking up to see if I'm in view. So we're going to use this page, already a craft colour, so no longer do I have to distress all around the edges, because last year I used a white lined notebook that I'd had in my stash, because I'm a bit of a notebook collector. So let's have a look at the 5 prompts and the bonus. I often use all 6. So hashtag 2022 planner 2, and it is, we have something that lives in a forest, a scrap from a paper pad, sure we've all got those, a playing card, in brackets either side or a portion of a playing card, something postal, cursive writing, and the bonus is something stapled. So I think I'll probably put all 6 on. So this is what I found. Okay, so I have found something that lives in a forest. I'm going to use one of these sticky notes, which is of a lovely stag here. I believe they live in forested areas, you know, mainly up in the Highlands, I believe now, or I might be wrong, unless there are herds in some of these big fine country houses, do keep herds of these deer and stags. So I'm going to use that. A scrap from a paper pad, well again I've got a scrap from a craft coloured paper pad that I bought many years ago, and it's black on craft, and I do like that colour theme, so I'm going to probably put that on. Then we have a playing card either side or a portion of, and I have a lovely set of round playing cards, and I think they're very pretty, and I love the colour on the back. So I'm not sure, this one's a 3 of hearts, not sure what side we'll use for that. Something postal, I have a Canadian stamp here, and it has actually a Christmas one because it says Season's Greeting on the bottom, and it's in French as well. It's got the Canadian postmark on it. I can't read the day, but I think it might be 1989, something like that. But that's a very lovely scene. I don't know if you can see that. It's a sort of a snowy scene with a river running through it, so I like that, so I'm going to use that. And I've also got this, it's like a receipt for letters from afar, and I guess it's a customs kind of receipt really, because it's talking about tax and how much it was going to cost and all of that, so I may use that as well for collaging. And then we've got cursive handwriting, so I've got a page out of another diary by a lady, and this one's dated, actually this is not specifically cursive writing because it's not joined up, so I may not be able to use that. No, I won't use that. So let's have a look. I've got a little stash here of bits with cursive writing on. So I've got this lovely, my favourite cursive writing, because cursive writing, to my knowledge, is joined up. So we'll use that then. And we've also got some joined up writing here on this French invoice piece. I bought a bundle on Etsy last year sometime, and I've been scanning them and making copies, so that's why that's only single-sided, but it comes out still in the lovely colours that it was. This is from the 1900s too. And in this little pack I've got, that I put together, I've got this cursive writing, which is actually on scrapbook paper. So it's out of a pad, so it kind of doubles up really. So we've got that and that. So let's see what we can do with all these things. And then we'll see at the end whether we want to staple something on. Depends what it looks like, I guess. So if we start off and have a bit of scrapbooking paper. Okay, so I'm going to, this is not going to be easy to tear, it's quite thick. So let's tear it in half to start with, because I think that's going to be easier for me to tear down. When it's a very long piece, I struggle to get my hand round it, you know. I just quite like the idea of having torn edges to it. So let's get that. It's quite tough actually. Quite tough fibrous paper. And I think this pad was one of the first I ever bought. It's either from Hobbycraft or from the Works. Two shops in the UK. I think equivalent in the US probably is Hobby Lobby. I keep saying this. I must look them up and see if Hobby Lobby has anything to do with Hobbycraft. So maybe we'll put a piece there. And we've got our lovely stag we can have. It's just a matter really of playing around with bits, I think. Let's see. And we've got this lovely cursive writing here. We could actually put that on, maybe. We'll see. And I've got this down here, which is again is craft coloured. And we've got this. I will ink round, not that one. I want my vintage photos. I have to change my dauber head because I've been using my weathered wood for something else. So I'm going to ink round this nice piece that I got in a monthly subscription box. Little pad. I only had, I think it was in the end, I think I only had 2 months worth, but yeah, it was nice while it lasted. I think I'm going to leave those edges as they are because I do like the colour of those, the natural colour of those. And let's ink round this. I think I'm keeping it that size, I think. Yeah. I'm wondering if this script is going to be a bit too dark. Maybe go for this one. I'm not sure really at the moment. We could tear that down. So we've got 2 pieces. Okay, let's tear down this a bit. Let's just have a bit of this. Back to work tomorrow for me after Christmas and New Year. Today's the 9th. So I should be putting this up tomorrow, this video. Yeah, back to work for me tomorrow. I must say I'm not really totally looking forward to it. This is all directional, different things. It's not a directional piece of paper, but there's writing across there, writing in that direction, and then writing there. So really it doesn't matter where you put it on the page. So I think that's going to be much better. Something like that, we'll think. This isn't pure white, this docket, but we will kind of grubby it up a bit. So we've got that postal piece down here maybe. And then we've got these bits. I would quite like to use those actually. Just playing around with it now. This is what happens to me when I start collaging. I like the thought of lots of layers really of things. So this has got a little flap here. It's obviously in a book and you tear out a piece. I have to take that off, I think, to make that a bit shorter down here. Maybe we'll have that up here. Okay, and then if we have another piece of this, see, if you tear it the wrong way down, you get all the white paper fibre showing with some of this scrapbook paper. It's a matter of trying to ensure that you get the right direction when you're tearing. So what's everyone been up to? We've all been busy crafting. I've seen some lovely things on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. Some really lovely ideas and things. Might have a piece like that down here. Don't really know how this is going to turn out because we've got to put this playing card on. Now I quite like to I don't know how well these tear either. Let's tear this down. Such a shame. So again, we've got this fibrous side. So maybe we'll link round these. Like so, and so that's the fibrous side is on the green side. I quite like to have a piece of green, so I'd like to have the back and the front on. So let's see if we can do that. So okay, so right, that's getting lost a bit, so how about we have it I was thinking of kind of having it so that it looks like there are two pieces. Right, I think I am going to tear this down here because I'm not happy with that at all at the moment. Take that point off, I don't like it. I think that's much better. Okay, right. It's a bit difficult to know where to place everything to start with. I'm just going to grungy this up a little bit because it's very white. It would be quite nice to kind of have it together like that. Okay, just thinking, what else have I got? Is there anything else I want to add into the mix? Here's a little label here. You can add whatever you want really to enhance the collage if that's what you want to do. Gosh, isn't it hard? Okay, I think I will put this label on. Okay, now I think I'm just going to start by sticking this down, this piece here. Lovely craft paper, isn't it? Because Margarete Miller's instructions that go with these 52 weeks of prompt assignments, she just says, you know, the bonus is there in case you need to swap out one of your other prompts. She doesn't say you can't use it and everything else. And then she just says, use a piece of scrap pattern paper as your background if you want to. And then, you know, after you've used your 5 prompts, you can then add a sticker, rubber stamping or anything else to embellish it. So you can put extra things on as long as you've got the main pieces there. So, you know, even if I put the 6th bonus on, number 6, it's like the additional embellishments really for me anyway. So alright, that's now working. I'm just giving it a bit more glue. So I think we'll have that. I'm going to put it there. I hope that sticks down. It's very thick. Right, okay, now, so let's think what we're going to do and where. So we've got our script paper. I'm just going to just stick that down. I'm not going to keep playing about with where things are going. Like that. Okay, and I wanted this kind of centre really, so I'm going to stick that down. I tried to buy some art glitter glue, but there's nothing available. I guess I remember somebody saying about a year ago now, I can't remember who it was, that they thought that it was kind of a winter thing, that they don't sell it in the winter because temperatures affect the consistency of it. And at the time I thought, oh, is that really true? You know, that is that possible kind of thing? And must be, because it's none for sale, not on Amazon anyway, which is my go-to place, because we've subscribed to Amazon Prime now for a few years, so we do use Amazon Prime a lot. It's been a godsend, especially during COVID, during the actual lockdowns, even though I was going to work, you know, and my husband was on furlough. It was very kind of difficult time really for most people to get anything really. I don't know if I went round that or not. I think I might have, but anyway. So that's our label. So I was going to kind of layer that up with this Letters from Afar. So I think I'm going to do that. Being lazy now, because I could use my glue stick for these bits, but I haven't. So put that down. I'm going to put this on top. I'm not even going to think about it now. The longer I start thinking about where things should go, the harder I find it. So that's my issues with collaging really. So I'm going to put that kind of there like so. Right, now I'm happy with that. So now I wanted to put this up here. I am going to keep this on because I do like it. The thing with collaging is I don't think you can have too much on a page. That's my opinion anyway. So I'm going to kind of link it to all those pieces there, like that. And then we've got this other piece to balance this out down here. And I like the way this goes like this. So I'm going to put that down there. So by placing the pieces on, you know, and I think, oh gosh, they look awful. Sometimes once you start sticking them down and you change your mind anyway, well I do, I always do, they kind of start coming together a bit. So the other thing we need to put down is this lovely playing card. So I quite like the back and the front on here. So the back and the front, and I want something else maybe to go under it. Let me think now, what shall I use? Got another, this is a faux stamp out of a kit. I think it's the Tulip Kit by Janie B, if I remember rightly. I haven't serrated the edges, but I could put that behind there like so. That would be quite nice. Let's find I've got some really heavy pinking shears somewhere. Oops, just knocked had the beacon 3-in-1 upside down because it's coming to the end. Just knock that down. So these are quite heavy, but they are the same zigzaggy shape and size as this, so that's good. I don't use them very often. They're very heavy, very stiff. So we're just going to add in bits now. So we said we'd quite like this, I think, behind here, like this maybe. Let's have a look. Yeah, I like that. See, I did wonder about having half of the playing card down here and half of it sort of up there. Would anyone know that that was part of it? I suppose they might. Okay, let's do that. Now let's hope this sticks down, because these playing cards, I mean, I don't have any really old vintage ones because they're very, very, very expensive on eBay and places like that, second-hand shops. They're kind of collector's items really, and actually I don't think I'd want to use an antique. I don't mind getting old books that are falling to bits and stuff like that, but I don't think I'd want to use a genuine kind of antique really. It could be a terrible shame. I think if you buy any old books from, say, so we want it kind of mirroring that, like that. So that's going to go there. Oh, it's quite a nice shape around there, I think. Yeah, we don't, if you're buying anything from, say, a car boot, which we have in the UK, where people sell things they don't want. I don't know if you call them garage sales overseas and things like that. Maybe a little flower would be nice. We've got our Canadian stamp too. It's a sort of beautiful animal that you find in lots of places. Do we want that there, or shall we put that down here? Shall we put it on top of this piece of script, maybe? See how I'm spreading out now around the page. I do try not to fill the whole page. Honestly, I do try. Yeah, I'm not keen on this bit here, so I'm going to have to soften that up somehow. Maybe we will put this flower on down there like that. Just to soften that up. So my focal point really is supposed to be this stag. So we could put a stamp up there or up here. I think while I'm using this, I said I wasn't going to use it, didn't I? You see, I do change my mind. It's all quiet here. Paddy dog is downstairs with Daddy. Daddy's going to do the food shopping actually. He likes doing it. It tends to be a routine thing that he likes to do on a Sunday. So we've just given away our Christmas tree. Got an artificial Christmas tree that was pre-lit. We've had it years, but it's still in perfect working order. So we decided that we might quite like to get one that wasn't pre-lit. Not that there was a problem with that at all. Just that sorry, I'm just thinking, just that we just decided, we've had it years and it's perfect still in its original box and everything. We just decided really that, you know, it'd be nice to have a new one. So I saw a lovely one reduced in the John Lewis sale. John Lewis is a department store in the UK, and I saw it and thought it was, you know, half price. Originally was quite expensive, not pre-lit, just a normal green faux Christmas tree really. Yeah, we decided that we would get that one. Well, it took a bit of persuading my husband to have a new one really, but he did concede at the end. You know what we women are like. We have persuasive qualities when it comes to getting something we want. Just playing around with other kind of labels really. I think that let's put something out of Tracy Fox's labels and other labels I've cut out from other places on, I think. Yeah, so we've just my husband advertised it on Facebook selling site, and somebody snapped it up. We said free because, you know, we've had it years, and even though it's perfectly fine, we just thought, you know, we'll give it away to somebody. So got lots of script, haven't I? I'm just tempted to layer this up. I don't know why, I just feel like doing that today. Yeah, so that's what he's been up to. He likes selling things, and he had a Gadget coffee maker. Actually, I bought it. It was a gift, birthday gift, I think, or Christmas, one or the other, many years ago. And again, perfectly working. He actually did a video of himself, you know, using it, and sold it within literally 5 minutes of it going on yesterday on Facebook. It was amazing. So I kind of feel I want something down there now. So I do have this other flower, this bigger one, which is quite nice. Spring flowers, that would be quite nice. Or have we got anything in here? Anything in this label box? that has like a flower on it like this, and a number and everything. So something maybe a bit greener perhaps. Yeah, I feel I need to fill that gap in. Something smaller perhaps if possible. Yeah, I've started putting all my bits in here. As well as my Tracy Fox labels. I do love her labels. Must have a look on her Etsy shop and see what other ones she has that I don't have, because they're so useful. So her Etsy shop is now called Love Junk Journals. I think I've got that right. There's a little nature. Yeah, so we've got a few of these, but they're too big, you see. So I'm just looking for something smaller. So just quickly flicking through these. Let's go for something that's too big. Yeah, so that's what he's been up to. Selling things, honestly. It's just nice to get things out of the way once you decide you don't want them, you know. Don't want to put the tree back up in the loft, which is where we keep our Christmas things, until we're absolutely sure, you know, that we had sort of kind of, you know, if we were going to sell it, then we thought perhaps, you know, it would be a good thing to just get rid of it really, and not put it in the loft first. So I kind of want to put the stamp up here somewhere really. And yeah, I don't know whether what that's quite nice. It's a dilemma. That's quite nice. That's, yes, I may be mucking this up. I don't know. Okay, stop looking at all those, because the more, oh, there's a tab there that needs to go in my tab box. So we could stamp a little flower on there actually, couldn't we? Yeah, let's just get getting my pot of, oh sorry if you saw my head, pot of wooden stamps with flowers on. Let's see, let's have a look at the key there. So which one do I want that I think would fit in? More leaves would be nice. I expect the one that I've chosen is probably right at the bottom of this pot. These are just handy little stamps. I keep them separate from my stamp and stencils, which are all in one tub, because and there's a big one there that fits in the tub and doesn't belong, but Yeah, where's that leaf? Did they not put that one in? There it is. I like that one. So yeah, I keep that bigger one in there because it fits in the pot too. It's just handy to keep them all in one place. Not expensive, they were on Amazon. So I'm going to ink round this and I'm going to stamp this on, I think, in black. And I think we will put that on. As I say, I'm in the mood for just layering it up with lots of bits. Rightly or wrongly, it's all down to personal taste, isn't it? So I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to put that stamp up the top. We won't bother stapling anything on. There's that stamp, and I'm going to ink round this oval. Actually, I just ink round that, and I thought actually that it could do with, oh, it's one of my dry wet wipes has gone into my teacup, so I'm just straightening that up. When I cut this out, I'm not very good at cutting out circles and ovals, and I don't have a big circle punch. So we've got the lovely leaves, and I'm going to stamp that on here. And what I'm going to use is my archival, it's called Jet Black, but I find that it comes out sort of a blue black, really. Oh, sorry, that's Paddy Dog. So I'm just literally, don't know if you can see me, taking that, and I'm just going to stamp that there, like that. So let's do, oh, sorry, hold on. About that, someone came to the door. Paddy was not happy, as you can. So I've just stamped a little bunch of leaves on there, and I'm just going to stick that on, and then we'll call it a video, because I think I've probably waffled on and gone on too long, and you're probably all asleep now, snoring your heads off. Just going to put that there. And whatever focal point you think there is, I think maybe the focal point could be in the eye of the beholder. So let's recap. I just capped this ink pad, don't want that to dry out. And we didn't put this flower on, did we? But maybe, you know, we've got too much on as it is, really. So we'll leave that for another day. Okay, so let's recap. Okay, so hashtag 2022 Planner 2 of the Margarete Miller 52-week collage challenge. 5 prompts. Excuse me. Something that lives in a forest. So I've got a lovely stag. Scrap from a paper pad. I've got a scrap from this lovely craft and black paper pad. Each sheet is a different design and it's all the same colour. A playing card either side, or a portion of. So you could put either side on, a portion of one. So I've put the whole card on. I've got a lovely circular card, and I've put that side down there, and I've put the back up there. Something postal, so we've got a customs little chit, I don't know what you call it, that has to be filled in. And we've got a stamp, a Canadian stamp, which is absolutely beautiful. Cursive writing, we've got plenty of that. We've got another piece of scrapbook paper in the background. It's got lots of cursive writing in all directions. We've got this old French invoice that has a bit of cursive writing on. We've got some tiny scraps of my craft cursive writing. I think it was a will or something that I bought from the Fruit Pixie. You will just buy one A4 sheet at a time if you want to. And we didn't put the bonus on, which was something stapled because you don't need to. So I'm going to write on here as I normally do. Just find my pen. I'm going to write on here, and I have to turn this, sorry, to write for some reason. So I'm going to write down here hashtag 2022 planner number 2, and there we have it. I'm not going to put a number 2 on at all. I'm just going to leave it as it is because that's self-explanatory, and these are going to be in the front pocket that I made here and I collaged up, and that was also out of a piece of old scrapbooking paper that I had left over. So they're going to go in there. So what I do is I took them out because obviously we were using this side, and if I put them in, it made it very bulky here to actually work on. So I took them out just for the video, and I will put the one I've done behind number 1 at the back, and that's how I work. So for next time, hashtag 2022 planner 3, in case anyone wants to join in and they don't have the prompts, find yourself an old book, or even just do it on paper, you know, sheets that you can put into a book. So the 5 prompts for planner 3, week number 3: something fast, lace, a portion, a photograph of lace or an illustration of lace or a piece of lace, a game piece, ledger paper, text in a foreign language, and the bonus is something lavender. So that would be nice. So that's next week's. So put that back in the pocket there, and there we have this one for this week, which I like it. I personally like it. So yeah, so I'll just go over that a bit more now it's down on the paper. Right, so that's it. So I hope you enjoyed that, and thanks for joining me. And you know, for anyone who's sort of stumbled upon my channel but isn't subscribed, I would be greatly appreciative if you could subscribe and hit that bell, which will notify you of any new videos that I do. It would greatly help me to develop my channel, you know. Thank you so much to all my subscribers. I do appreciate your support, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye bye.